guest is a physician, a spoken word poet, and an advocate for diversity in medicine and medical institutions. Named one of Time Magazine's Next Generation Leaders and Maclean's Power 50, she's now out with her memoir, Unlike the Rest, A Doctor's Story. Please welcome Dr. Chika Stacy Oriuwa. Hello! Oh my gosh, first off, so lovely meeting you.
Oh, likewise, it was a dream come true, truly.
It's honestly, we were just backstage, and I feel like we just became best friends, and I'm very excited about it.
Yes.
Yeah. First off, huge congratulations on this absolutely amazing book. Not only did you write this book, but you also designed the cover, which is so impactful. It's stunning.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Now, you graduated from medical school with your medical degree in 2020 from the University of Toronto.
Yes.
You're now a resident in psychiatry.
Yes.
So around Toronto. So why do you think it was now? Why was now the time to put your story into words and put them on a page?
So it was really interesting because I was first approached by HarperCollins in 2019.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so when I was still a medical student to write my story. And of course, being in medical school, I was like, okay, there's a lot going on right now.
I'm busy. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but I really had an opportunity to actually start writing it properly during my maternity leaves.
Okay.
And so I have two little babies, a 2-year-old son and a 1-year-old girl. And it felt like the right time to pause for a bit of reflection and really bookend that chapter of my life, to look back on the last decade mostly of my life and discuss it in this book. And it felt like very timely because I was able to put something down on paper that would be very tangible and accessible for all individuals who are looking to be inspired, who are longing for belonging. Yeah. And it just felt like the right time.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful thing. Like, you're creating new life. You've got new people moving into your house, essentially.
Yes,
you're like, let's get this down. Now, you write about the systemic and institutional racism you experienced in medical school, in the medical industry. It's something you call a death by 1,000 cuts, essentially. So you talk in the book a lot about how this was almost like a way for you to process emotions that you felt or weren't really able to feel throughout your medical school.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me a bit about that.
So going through medical school, especially going through it as a Black woman, you're operating in survival mode most of the time. I kind of knew objectively that what I was going through was very traumatic, but I almost didn't allow myself to access that because I still had to go through and do my medical training. I was also doing my master's at the same time of doing medical school and doing all this advocacy work. And so I really felt like I was in survival mode. And it wasn't until I actually sat down to write the book and reflect and process what actually happened that I recognized the gravity of the trauma of that circumstance. And so it was deeply therapeutic, but also at times a really painful process to reflect on that time in my life. And I also touch on some other challenges that I experienced alongside just being the only Black medical student. And so talking a lot about these things was hard.
Yeah, so how many people were admitted into your year in the medical faculty?
It's 259.
And you were the only Black student?
Yes.
That's like incredible. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, now, you've known, this is something that I found really amazing. You've known you've always wanted to be a doctor. You're one of those people, one of those lucky people that were like, I got this.
Yes.
I know exactly what I want to do with my life.
Exactly.
And like a lot of little kids, I used to do this with cooking and food and everything. You used your dolls as patients, as your like friends to help you figure it out.
Yes.
So what did it mean to you when Mattel came to you and said, we want to honor what you've done, what you've accomplished in your field by creating a Barbie in your image? Oh my gosh, I would die. Yeah.
I mean, I think I pretty much did when it happened. It was the most surreal pinch me moment I could have ever imagined. And when that email came through to my agent and then she forwarded it to me, and I remember I was actually on the wards in my residency, and then I saw the subject line and it said Barbie, and I was like, what? I put it away. I'm like, there's no way this is actually real. But actually having a Barbie that was made in my likeness, it was, as you mentioned, this full circle moment. I created, or I helped to create this doll, the kind of doll I would have wanted to play with as a child. And of course I can't go back and give it to my toddler self, but I can give it to my daughter, I can give it to my son. And what a beautiful thing that it actually represents what a doctor looks like in this day and age. Like, we are changing the face of medicine, and that's just such a beautiful experience.
That is so amazing. I can't imagine how many little girls are inspired by that doll, or little girls and boys are inspired by that doll. Now, one thing I really quickly want to touch on, I'm someone who loves a why. If you tell me why, I will remember forever. If you tell me to do something, if you don't give me a why, I don't want to do it.
Yes,
So
yes.
you talk a lot about those why moments. Can you tell me a little bit about what that means to you?
So the why moments are the moments that I ground myself in whenever I'm encountering any kind of adversity or any kind of hesitation, self-limitation, self-doubt. And it's what I'm able to reflect back on as to what drives my purpose. And these why moments have been an evolution throughout the course of my advocacy. In the beginning, I would reflect on the experiences that I would have with young Black high school students who would literally say, "You're a doctor, you look like me, therefore I can also do that." And so those were my why moments then, and my why moments now, they often involve my kids, and I look to them, and it's like they drive my purpose. I want to show up as the best version of myself in this world because they need me to do that. And so my why moments, they ground me.
That's amazing. And I'm so thankful for you being here today and chatting with me. I know your mom's here. I know she's been such a huge role model to you as well. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Chika, what a delight. Now, congratulations on the book. It's absolutely amazing. Get your hands on. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.